right there.
Right there. Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
It's nice and cool in here.
I know, it's great, right?
By the way, the elevator thing, I like got scared when
That was scary, right?
Ah! Oh, fuck. Have you been doing that with everyone? That's
Just
really
you.
fucking annoying.
Oh my god. Ugh. I hate this movie. Ugh. Jesus.
Gotcha.
I heard him say he got scared when he got off the elevator. I was like, this is just perfect.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You know, one of these nights, you could let me.
He's sexy. I like you. A lot.
Hello?
All right, so talk to me about, like, you were just telling me that you were scared when you saw this, but when you watch the film back, aren't you like, all right, there was Frank the lighting guy was there. Like, how does that work?
No. I mean, usually it does. Usually in films, I'm like, oh, I loved filming this, and oh, that's what happened that day. During this whole film, I literally had my feet up on the seat. I was like this. I was like talking to my friend over here, like, help me, help me, help me. It was really, gosh, I guess they just did an amazing job with this movie because I had such a physical reaction to it. Yet I know what's happening. I've read the script. I'm in it. I was there every day. So it was a good sign. I was like, this is going to be good.
Give me the backstory. What are audiences going to see in this thing?
Well, if they actually watch it instead of like this, like the rest of the audience members who are behind me, I think they'll be in for a wild ride. I mean, it's essentially a family drama about this dysfunctional family and how mental illness has kind of come into their life and obliterated this family apart. And then you throw in the supernatural element to it, and it just becomes this very intense movie where minute after minute you're on the edge of your seat. And I love that we just play on that simple premise. It's the fear of the dark, it's primal, it's instinctual, and it just really works.
Are we a sadistic society? Like, why do we keep going to things like this?
Hey, you tell me. I don't know. I was like, obsessive making murderer, the jinx, like there is this morbid fascination that we have as a society. And what is that about? I have heard, because I've researched this too, because I'm like, what is wrong with me? I've heard that it's, you know, we want to like find out the survival techniques. Like, all right, this is what we need to do to survive. But then I also just think that maybe it's because a lot of us don't have this kind of experience in our own lives that we have to go to the theaters to experience what it's like to truly be afraid.
All right, I'm going to transform myself.
Diana.
I'm now a ghost. I'm now a ghost. What would you want to ask a ghost?
I would reason with the ghost first, just to make sure it was like a happy ghost, not one of those angry ghosts, like, I'm so bummed I died. So I would do that first. And then I'd be like, what is it like on the other side? Tell me everything. Like, do you go out every night and haunt people? Or it's just like how, like on a Thursday you do it, but on a Monday, like you just chill out and hang out with the other ghost friends. Like, I just want to know about that world.
I mean, people probably saying, have you ever experienced a paranormal activity? But
Yes.
what's kind of something you've experienced? Maybe have you heard of a really creepy story that like freaked you out?
I experienced something. I had a girlfriend come over with her baby, and she was like, oh, I just want to let you know, there's a male spirit in your house, and he was watching us today. I was like, oh, okay, cool. She's like, but don't worry, he's just in your bedroom. I was like, haha, even better. And then that night I told my husband, like, she said that there was this entity, she's this intuitive. And then it was like 1:30 in the middle of the night, and he was like, Teresa, there's no such thing as a ghost. He's like, come on. Literally cut to, just like in a horror movie, a huge mirror, like massive mirror on the wall, starts slowly going down the wall like this. And we're both staring at it in the dark. Like, are we seeing this? It's going down, it's going down. And then all of a sudden, smashes into thousands of pieces all over the floor.
Shut up.
No, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, you made him angry. And the next day, my husband, who's the biggest skeptic of all, had sage and was like burning sage all through the house.
Your brother fell asleep in homeroom this morning for the 3rd time in the past week.
Where's Mom?
Someone keeps on coming over.
Who?
Her name's Diana.
What did you say? Hi, Mom. Hey, you want to talk about it?
They've been sleeping with the lights on. Every time I turn them off, there's this woman. She doesn't like the light.
I know. I see her too.
Mom?
What's up? Did we wake you?
What?
It was hard for me to watch because I was literally like this the whole time. And I just have to know, when you go there, when you're kind of out of your mind, like do you compartmentalize what you're doing in reality versus what you're doing on screen? Like, how does all that come out of you and you're still here?
I have to say, I watched the movie like this too, because I thought I wouldn't be afraid, but then I didn't realize that entire first part, none of the actors were in. They were all killed before we all started the movie. So the mannequins, forget it. Mannequins are weird. They're just weird in general and scary. But that whole sequence just freaked me out.
So were you exhausted playing this role? It seems emotionally exhausting for me for you, because you're like, batshit crazy in this thing.
I am batshit crazy, and I'm so fortunate to be able to pull on pieces of myself and my life experience with depression to be able to really show the reality of what that is for someone and how it affects an entire family, not just a singular person. The truth is, Lights Out, if you took the horror away from the movie, it would stand up as a family drama. And that's why I was so intrigued about the project and decided to do it.
What scares you in real life?
What scares me in real life is something terrible happening to my son. That's my biggest fear. But when I was younger, it was snakes. All I could think about were snakes. I was terrified. And I was 28, going to Africa for the first time, so I did snake therapy. I had to carry around a snake in my bag, a plastic snake, a rubber snake, and go on trips to the zoo and walk closer to the cage every week, blah, blah, blah. And I went to Africa and I never saw a snake. But it worked. I'm not afraid of snakes anymore.
Guess what?
What?
I brought a snake.
No, you did not. Where is it?
I'm totally kidding.
Oh.
Totally fucking with you.
I was like, oh,
okay, if you were to encounter a supernatural being, what would you want to ask it and why? Let's say I am a ghost. Maria, talk to me. What would you ask me?
Hi, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. What's up? Can I go with you? Where are you going? Can you fly?
So when you mentioned something about depression, obviously people can come out of depression, hopefully. How does maybe being scared and having these maybe endorphins help you kind of come out of something and be like, you can kind of step back and laugh, like, that was kind of funny, and it makes you happy in a way. But is there kind of,
I don't know. I would like to understand the chemistry of it, like you're saying. I'd really love to understand the chemistry of horror films and how that affects us. Maybe we should do an app on that. A study, an app. Measure your horror film depression, anxiety state. Happiness, sadness, I don't know.
It's very specific.
It is.
But I feel like we could make a lot of money out of it.
I think we could too. I think it's a really good idea.
We're in business?
Yeah. All right.
You heard it here. Thank you so much.
I want to tell you a story. Long time ago, I had a friend named Diana. I found out something really bad happened to her. But she came back. She's gonna stay as long as you keep the lights out.
First thing, are you the world's greatest boyfriend in this thing?
I'd like to think I'm the world's greatest boyfriend, period. Not just
Okay.
in the film.
So did that carry over to the film?
Yeah. Loyal to a fault.
All right, let's just talk about this thing because it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And obviously, people say, when you're making it, are you scared? But I imagine no. But talk to me about the process.
I mean, you're a little. I mean, it's a little scary to be lifted up in the air on a rig or something like that, or like tossed around a little bit. It's kind of scary. I mean, it's not scary. Like, I know that like I knew that the ghost wasn't real, but it was still like frightening to see this thing in a costume every day, naturally. I'm not that like cool.
What scares you in real life?
The dark scares me in real life. The unknown. Like that's what the fear of the dark is. You have no idea what's there. You have like if it's really pitch black and you have no idea what's like something could be over there, it could be right here and you have no idea. So it scares me.
What paranormal things have happened in your own life?
We had this one beach house when I was a kid. We rented for a summer and for the whole summer. And I couldn't tell if it was my dad messing with us or not. I don't think it was because my mom was genuinely scared. Like bags would get unpacked, chairs would be moved, like candles would go out, like weird stuff like that would happen. And it was to the point where, I don't know if it was like a setup by the adults to sell it on us, but we were convinced in like a very cool way that we had a haunted house, you know? But my mom was legitimately scared. So that was probably the most supernatural thing.
Does Maria Bello scare you?
As a person, I think she's a wonderful, sweet woman. In this film, she's absolutely frightening.
So kind of as an actor, when you have to play these kinds of roles and kind of go there, like where do you go in your head to kind of grasp?
I worked with a coach on this one, and I said, how do you sell it? Like, people, there's so many horror movies out there. There's so many bad horror movies out there. Like, how does it work? He told me to think of kind of the most embarrassing thing that could happen to me in public and put it right in front of myself the whole time. And imagine it just happened over and over and over again. So it works on it. That's kind of how I went there. Because it's hard to go there and think, okay, if I was in a situation with a ghost, what would I say to the ghost? It's not the most realistic thing in the world. So I used what I could to get to the point to make it work.
What would you say to a ghost?
Just like, chill. I'm cool. You want a pina colada?
Is that a pina colada?
No, that's just the water.
So you're doing a junket with a pina colada is what you're saying.
I think this thing is up, right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The movie was really fucking scary. I mean, that's, yes.
There is a dead woman in this house. Oh, God. Everyone is afraid of the dark, and that's what she feeds on.